Wolves Academy setup have done their very best to spot the best young talent available, including the captain Christian Marquez, as you can see, back from his loan spell. And getting himself some good minutes in the under-23s. Opportunity for him to rebuild his season, get stronger, and maybe even push for an opportunity amongst the first team setup. Some other names that you may not be too familiar with if you are a regular watcher of the under-23s. Cam Candola has been on the bench a couple of times this season, making his first year in the under-23s from the under-18s. Aaron Quito Diyawa featuring again. And Tyler Roberts, who's done well for the under-18s, has had a couple of outings for the 23s. Gets an opportunity to impress from the start. He's on the left of your picture. Number 9 is Nathan Fraser, 16 years of age, highly thought of. And we're underway. Swansea not having the best of times under 23 level this season. They already play in the level below Premier League 2 and the Professional Development League. They are towards the bottom of the southern section of it. North and south teams do play against each other, but the tables are skewed towards the north and south. Here's Bert Whistle with an early opportunity, looking for Fraser, who just lost his footing at a key moment. Good early play from Bert Whistle down the right-hand side, and a clever little ball in. This is Jacob Jones for Swansea. They have Harry Seedon, who is on trial from Southend, in goal. Scott Butler, Jack Stafford and Jacob Jones are back three. Devongi Rosacea and Joe Thomas are their wing backs. Azim Abdullahi, Joel Cottrell in midfield. Rio Campbell, Terrell Whitaker and the former Wolves youngster, Wolverhampton-born Jaden Forrester are their three up top. This is Griffiths for Wolves. Candola, another local boy. It's great to see so many Wolverhampton youngsters getting an opportunity. Here's Barnett. Offside flag had gone up against Ty Barnett, and a second of the 16-year-olds in the starting lineup. So Wolves, Palmião and Bjornsson in goal. Back three of Cam Candola, Christian Marquez and Justin Hubner. Harry Birtwistle and Aaron Quito Diyawa are the wing backs. Harvey Griffiths and Jack Hodnett starting in central midfield. Tyler Roberts, Nathan Fraser and Ty Barnett up top. Wolves do have a little bit more experience in terms of under-23s football in Ollie Tipton, Pascal Estrada, Dexter Lembakisa, Hugo Bueno and Lee Harkin amongst the substitutes. All five, you would imagine, would be far more involved in Monday night's derby against Blues. Jones having pressure applied. Birtwistle might open out here. Hodnett was trying to get there, just couldn't quite come back to Roberts. Forrester dispossessed by Griffiths. Couldn't quite keep hold of possession. It's been a good start from James Collins' team. As you can hear, it is pretty windy conditions as Fraser finds Roberts on the turn. Strong run, powerful run, and he applies the finish. Can he? Not quite. And just turned behind by Scott Butler. Super run that by Tyler Roberts. Spotted the gap, found some space. Tempted little dinked finish. The Wolves looking strong in the opening couple of minutes. Hubner, Marquez and Candola are all forwards from the back. Out-swinging delivery from Jack Hodnett, couldn't quite find a teammate. First opportunity maybe for Swansea to try and break. Options either side. Jacob Jones will take over. This is Terrell Whitaker. It's being held up by Candola. Whitaker forced right out towards that corner flag, and touch in from Candola. Ball's still not gone out yet. Eventually it did, and it will be a Swansea corner. So we are a little bit exposed to the elements here near to Burton. St George's Park. This is the pitch that England train on when they're on international duty. It's the Bobby Charlton pitch. Jones has managed to dig out an inviting cross, and Aaron Bjornsson did really well. Could be a big couple of months for that young man. Only 18 years of age, the Icelandic, under 17 international. Came on trial and ended up signing in December of 2019. It's Candola. Caught in two minds, really. Fraser had initially made a run and then backed away, and Roberts was waiting to see what Candola was going to do with it. Tavongi Rashesha. Now for Butler. Deception by Hubner. Stafford. For Rashesha. He played as a wing-back in the game down at Swansea's training ground earlier in the season. It was a comfortable 2-0 win. Owen Hesketh and a Luke Cundle penalty. Aaron Bjornsson. It'll be easy for Stafford, but headed it straight to Roberts. Kito Diawa's ball. Fraser didn't give that up. Most people did. Barnett. Couldn't quite find his fellow teammate. Strong challenge in by Hubner on Joel Cottrell. Wolves playing roughly with the wind in the first half. Might be able to see the flags fluttering in the breeze at some point. It is swirling a little bit though, and that will make conditions hard all game. It is pretty sunny. There was a little bit of rain around earlier. At the minute it looks Pretty blue skies above us, a few ominous clouds heading this way. Wolves have started well. Marquez. Griffiths providing the wide option. Fraser chasing. Fraser had made sure he got there in the goalkeeper's seat and had committed himself. Only 16 years of age, Nathan Fraser. Told he was in pretty much every day during the summer holidays, working on his game. It was literally a stone's throw from Compton. Shove there on and Kito Diyawa. Wolves getting on with things quickly. Nice skills from Candola. Rio Campbell was the man challenging. Hodnett for Hubner. And Hubner put under real pressure by Cottrell. Away by Griffiths. Abdullahi for Roshesha. Cottrell back to Butler, Roshesha. This is Whitaker. Jones. Strike by Cottrell was a good one. It's a brilliant hit. Joel Cottrell with a goal out of nowhere for Swansea. Fearsome hit from distance. It was neat interplay, neat build-up, but the strike was impressive. And this youthful Wolves lineup find themselves behind. Candola's ball. Fraser again giving chase. Oh, and Fraser unfortunate to be penalised. Thomas Kirk is the man in charge. First time he's taken control of a Wolves under-23s game this season. Butler's ball back in field. Fraser making a nuisance of himself. Roshesha was just more interested in stopping Fraser there. This is Griffiths. Barnett to Griffiths. Strong challenge came in. And Abdullahi. Whitaker. This is Tavongi Rashesha of Swansea, who lead here at St George's Park. Haven't won in their last 5, Swansea. 4 of those have been draws though. Here's Hodnett. Campbell's run. It's another strong run, and Campbell being invited to strike it and finding the corner, and it's another stunning goal. Brilliant run by Rio Campbell. Shown in field, allowed to drive on, opened out potentially on his weaker foot, but he absolutely snatched the opportunity. And Swansea have stunned Wolves here. Two goals in a matter of minutes have given the side from South Wales a strong advantage. And all after Wolves had made a really strong start to the game. Hodnett's ball in field was a bit loose. Whittaker. Stafford's ball, looking for the run of Jacob Jones. Birtwistle did well in the end. Roberts drawing the foul. Hubner's ball, Fraser making the run. Rashesha just won the race. There's a Wolves throw. Aaron Kito Diyawa looking for Hodnett. Ball in towards Roberts. Did well to hold off a couple of challenges. Griffiths might fancy a go. Charged down by Stafford. Candola to Roberts. Well, it looked like he should have got a free kick there, Tyler Roberts, but loud no and a shake of the head from the man in charge. Azim Abdullahi couldn't find Forrester. Still has possession though, held off Birtwistle. Enough to get the free kick. It's Joel Cottrell, who's already got himself on the score sheet. And Jacob Jones, who has stood over it. Wolves' defensive line on the edge of the penalty area. Butler amongst those forwards from the back. It'll be Cottrell to swing it in, and wind maybe caught hold of it a little bit more than he was expecting. Took it through to Army Aaron Bjornsson. No doubt Wolves will be looking for a reaction now. settle back into their rhythms of play. Plenty of time left in the game. Barnett is fouled. Griffiths again popping up on the right-hand side. That's it back from Roberts. Hodnett. You can see what he was maybe trying to do. Aaron Quito Diarra had made the run on the far side. Just didn't quite get it straight enough in the end. Dragged it through to the goalkeeper. Here's Candola. Roberts trying to make the run in behind, just lost his footing. Stafford got across in front of him. Pressure from Fraser, but Abdullahi brings the ball away. Oh, Rashesha just got away from Wolves' press. Roberts, Fraser and Griffiths had gone in there to set the trap. Deception by Candola. Three players 20 or older in this Swansea starting lineup. Not a single one in the Wolves team. That's a great ball to find Roberts, and he's just got his man exposed, and he was looking for the run of Fraser. Might have been better suited trying to go it alone there, Tyler Roberts. And Stafford one-on-one. Had a great run early on in the game. Rashesha trying to direct proceedings. Whittaker under pressure, was crowded out by 4 gold shirts. It's very much at Swansea's pace and tempo at the minute. That's an awkward one to deal with, and Marquez just got something to it. And then Bjornsson, oh, he had his feet taken by Jaden Forrester. Mentioned he'll be getting an opportunity to train more with Jose Sarr and John Ruddy. It's part of Tony Roberts' senior goalkeeping group, with Louis Malden and Andreas Sondergaard not at the club at the moment. Griffiths' ball. Again, Fraser had made the run, but Rashesha was quick and alert to it. It is part of the Wolves way, part of the plan to promote talented youngsters up through the age groups, test them as early as possible. It's the kind of policy that's seen the likes of Max Kilman and now Luke Cundall and potentially Chem Campbell getting more and more opportunities within the first team group. Seen the likes of Ryan Giles and Dion Sanderson benefit in recent years, heading out on loan again this month. Well, last month just turned. Griffiths gets it back from Barnett. Roberts to Candola. Birtwistle making the run. Birtwhistle's quick, but Harry Seedon was alert to it. Campbell turning away from Hodnett. And 3 white shirts ahead of him. Finds Whitaker to his left. This is Jones. Cottrell's ball was looking for Thomas. Absolutely battering us. It's a cold wind as well. Jones trying to get in behind. Birtwistle. He's recovered from a little bit of illness to back into the team, having missed the 2-1 win away at Sunderland last time out. Fraser with a good ball. Kito Diyawa. Too many options joining him just yet, one of which is Ty Barnett though. Trying to dink a cross in away by Rashesha. With pressure being put on. All's winning back possession. Birtwistle to try and hang it on in there, and Seedon came and claimed. Hodnett away from a couple of challenges. Barnett intercepted by Thomas. Candola was putting the pressure on. Griffiths just can't quite get there as Abdoulaye turns and looks to find Thomas high up the field. It will be a Swansea corner. Jones taking his time. Swansea in control in terms of the scoreline. Also maybe feel a touch unfortunate to be 2 goals down. Jones's ball come all the way through for a throw-in. Shasha for Stafford. Swansea happy enough to try and dictate terms. Rodney was trying to turn, but found the area just too crowded. It'll be a Swansea throw. Stafford to Rashasha, able to squeeze it through tightest of gaps, and Whittaker able to carry it forwards. Jones spelled up by Birtwistle. There's going to be a Swansea ball. Whittaker is being held up, came off Griffiths though. Will be another Swansea corner. Everybody bar Tyler Roberts in gold, back defending. Stafford and Butler are forwards from the back for Swansea. They go looking for a third. He was close to being a third as well. Opportunity at that near post. Again, maybe the wind played its part, just held it up enough for Jack Stafford. Marquez trying to spot the run. Kito Diawa, well, he had to check his run because I think he thought he was going to be offside, and just enabled it to go all the way through to the goalkeeper. Had he been able to be going at full pelt, he might have had a chance of reaching it. Stafford's ball. Wolves couldn't quite steal it. Swansea breaking again. Options in field. Well, blocked by Marquez, came to Campbell. Marquez with another block. It just feels like Swansea's just added experience is just helping them out a little bit, maybe more physicality too. All players at very different stages of development, physically and technically, tactically too. Forrester finding Thomas. To Diawa with the block. That is a corner. Joel Cottrell going over to take it. Jacob Jones will be there with him. May well be Jones with the in-swinger. Again, everybody bar Roberts are back defending. What looks a congested 6-yard area. Just down to your picture at the moment. Ball will be swung in there in a second. At least 4 white shirts waiting in and around the 6-yard box. Goes short to Cottrell. Abdullahi. Well, that was well read in the end by Griffiths. Griffiths trying to apply the pressure. Abdullahi being forced backwards. Griffiths continued to press. Will be a Swansea throw. Jones being told to hurry up. Suspicion of a foul throw to Abdullahi. Roberts picked his pocket. Fraser will win the corner. Something to potentially build on for Wolves. Whittaker being told to move 10 yards away. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. Terrell Whittaker did have a warning beforehand for standing over the ball. And Wolves trying to take a quick set piece. Barnett's delivery. Oh, and Hubner had made a great run, couldn't quite reach it. Cottrell for Butler. It wasn't a bad ball in that by Ty Barnett. Just needed somebody to apply the finishing touch. Campbell. Oh, he's already scored one from this kind of run. This time he'll find Whittaker. Clearly Swansea having almost a shoot on sight policy. And real joy from it so far. Barmy Aaron Bjornsson's first under-23 appearance of the season. He's been in and around the group and around it a couple of times, and also last season. But he's had to be patient. Likes of Jackson Smith and Joe Young, Andreas Sondergaard and Louis Molden, all getting opportunities. Joe O'Shaughnessy, who is here today, played in the reverse fixture. Jamie Partington got some outings earlier in the campaign, played away at Burnley as an unused sub in a couple of the early fixtures. He too is here today, just here to support his teammates. Good pressure. Candola gets it back for Marquez. Griffiths. Candola trying to switch the play. Joe Thomas at the height advantage over Aaron Quito Diawa. Hubner with the interception. Birtwistle, good strong run by Birtwistle. He couldn't quite pick out the run of Fraser. Griffiths got a touch to it, but couldn't find a teammate. That rather maybe sums up Wolves' endeavours in this first period. Got themselves into decent areas, not quite had the numbers to fully take advantage. Swansea with a couple of excellent but speculative efforts from distance got themselves the advantage. Other than that, it's been relatively even. Nice turn by Abdullahi, away from Griffiths as well. Candola with the interception. Just a couple of times, Wolves' passing hasn't quite been as crisp as it needs to be. That'll be a Swansea throw. Ref was just checking on Abdullahi. Thomas's cross, awkward and well dealt with in the end by Aaron Bjornsson. Whistle again, quite enough on that ball to get Roberts going. Griffiths will pounce on a bit of a loose pass from Swansea. Fraser to Roberts. Well, he was looking for Hodnett, maybe trying to overplay it. Good pressure by Fraser here. There's one possession back. And this time Roberts a bit too keen. A dangerous area at the near post, trying to get across. Here's Hodnett. Cottrell, score of the first goal. Finding Butler. Now Rochesha. Last couple of minutes of the first period. Wind just dying down a little bit. Sun getting a bit lower in the sky. Shadows touch longer now. Wolves will be playing into that sun in the second period. That's neat interplay. Barnett couldn't quite get to the return pass from Fraser. Griffiths for Candola. Back to Harvey Griffiths. Nicely worked for Birtwistle. Birtwistle on the charge. It was inviting and it's turned into his own net. And Wolves get themselves one back. Bit of a lifeline right at the end of the first period. Rashesha, the man trying to deny Nathan Fraser. Wolves would have always felt a little bit hard done by. Two really good goals from Swansea. It didn't feel like it was a 2-0 at half-time type of game. Some late reward in the half. 2 minutes to be added on.
There will be 2 minutes added on in this first half. 2 minutes.
Hodnett trying to apply the pressure. Abdullahi with the turn. Forrester trying to go through. Aaron Bjornsson had to get there. Wolves just about surviving. Rashesha, Campbell's touch. Oh, that was a little bit wayward, and Hodnett was caught there. Azim Abdullahi went flying in. Here's a yellow card. Maybe a late opportunity in the half. Wolves to get themselves back on level terms. Swansea brought everybody back to defend. Cottrell, the one-man wall, the furthest out. Hodnett's delivery. It was Griffiths who got his head to it, but couldn't get it back on target. And this young Wolves team with two 16-year-olds and an average age 3 years younger than their Swansea opponents have given it a real good go, despite going 2-0 down to two excellent long-range strikes. Harry Birtwistle forcing the own goal late in the half. He's given them plenty to work on, plenty to think about during the half-time period. And they will head towards the dressing rooms, knowing that they are far from out of this game. Wolves already guaranteed of going through to the knockout stages of this competition, but they know that if they can continue to win and get themselves top in the group, then they will be getting a more preferable draw in the next stage of the contest. But still work to do here. They need to pick up a point from this one at least to keep alive those chances of being top of the group and usurping West Ham. At the break, it's Wolves 1, Swansea 2. Don't go anywhere. Second half coming next on Wolves TV. So two teams are just about back out as we get ready for the resumption of this Premier League Cup group stage game between Wolves under-23s and Swansea City. Wolves already guaranteed to progress through to the knockout stages, battling it out with West Ham for top spot, which would earn them home advantage in the last 16. Just a change from Wolves at half-time. Ty Barnett has gone off. Ollie Tipton is on for the second period. It looks like Ollie Tipton will play in midfield, with Jack Hodnett pushing a bit further forwards. Unfortunate for Ty Barnett, 16 years of age, making his first appearance for the under-23s. There'll be more from him to come, I'm sure. The youngster spotted by the Wolves scouting team is Roberts, just caught in possession. Say Ty Barnett came into the club at age just 13. Making swift progression to already be playing under-23s football. Candola losing out. This is Palmy, Aaron Bjornsson in goal. Trying to find Roberts. Hubner, Marquez and Candola, the back three. Roberts, side down there by Rashesha. A yellow card for the man that's already scored an own goal in the game. Tavongi Rashesha heard a horrible whack as he went through on Tyler Roberts. Wolves with Bert Whistle and Kito Diawa as the wing backs. Griffiths and Tipton now in midfield. A little bit more size and steel with the introduction of Tipton. Hodnett playing from the right, Nathan Fraser through the middle, Tyler Roberts on the left-hand side of the front three. Harry Seedon is on trial from Southend in goal for Swansea. And Scott Butler, Tavongi Rashesha, Jack Stafford, their back three. Joe Thomas and Jacob Jones, the wing backs. Joel Cottrell and Azim Abdullahi in midfield. Rio Campbell, Jaden Forrester, Wolverhampton-born, former Wolves youngster, and Terrell Whitaker. They're attacking three. Still a fairly lengthy bit of treatment here. Sore for Tyler Roberts, affectionately known as Tink. His teammates and coaching staff. Hodnett getting ready to deliver. He's got Kito Diawa to his left-hand side, but he'll try and put it in the danger zone. It will come through to Kito Diawa. And here's Roberts just rejoining the action. Goalkeeper got something to it. Candola was trying to go in there. Hodnett brought that down nicely. Tipton Worked out to Birtwistle. Well, Birtwistle's turn to be caught. Stafford's challenge being penalised. A good strong start to the second half here from Wolves. Hodnick getting set to try and deliver. Marquez calling for it at the far post. Cantola made the run towards the near post, and there were bodies flying in there. One of which was Justin Hubner, who ended up on the floor. Marquez for Roberts. Shown in field. He's had a go. Oh, what an effort. And somehow the keeper holds it out. Fraser's trying to follow up and it's in. And it's another own goal perhaps. Wolves back on level terms. Roberts' initial effort. Goalkeeper in all sorts of trouble. Fraser with the follow-up. He should be credited with the goal. A touch of fortune. Out the way, it's ended up in the back of the net. But Nathan Fraser, at 16 years of age, deserves the opportunity to have his name on the score sheet. Hopefully that goal will officially be credited to him. Real strong spell, though. Kito Diyawa under pressure, losing possession. Tyler Roberts having a quick drink here, just being made to take that bottle off the field. The Wolves, having been 2-0 down, get themselves back on level terms. Youthful Wolves team, learning as they go, making big steps and strides forwards already. Plenty of time left in the game. Whittaker winning the corner. Chance for Swansea, having conceded 2 goals, one on the side of half-time. Roberts, the only man who stayed forwards. 4 to aim for in the penalty area for Swansea. It'll be an in-swinging delivery. Difficult to deal with. Wolves dealt with it just well enough. Hubner might have taken a whack for his troubles. He's down inside the 6-yard box. Pick himself up. Get marked up. And swinging delivery again. Maybe the aid of a bit of swirling wind too. Into that near post area. Awkward bounce. Brave header by Harvey Griffiths. Just about worked clear. Kito Diyawa forwards. Roberts will keep this in. Just being held up. Azim Abdullahi. So as things stand, Wolves will go top of the group by 3 points to West Ham. By a point to West Ham, I should say. 3 points if they can win here today. We'll go a point above West Ham. West Ham finish against Swansea. On the 11th of February. Wolves will still have one more game at home to Exeter to finish off the group. They will know what they have to do by the time they play Exeter, whether they will get top of the group and home advantage in the knockout stages. West Ham won 4-2 away at Swansea in December. Roberts still with some issues. Yeah, physio back on again. That may well be a signal. We won't see too much more of Tyler Roberts. He will continue to get checked. Just down in front of where we are. It's Griffiths trying to get Fraser away. There'll be a throw in. Wolves are preparing a change on the far side. Dexter Lembakisa, who will join us shortly. Good pressure by Candola. Whittaker. Space here for Thomas. Campbell made the run ahead of him. Whittaker got his strike away, but always too high. That ball may well be trapped too high for Palmy Alan Bjornsson. It's confirmation that Tyler Roberts is replaced by Dexter Lembakisa. They have managed to get that ball down. The only man here who would have been tall enough to reach it is Matt Murray, sat not too far away from me. It's Hubner, up to Hodner. Oh. Ball into the stand, nearly went towards the laptops and equipment. Needed to see the Matt Murray of old to be alert and dive and save that. Burt Whistle going into the front three, and Lembakisa on at right wing back. Tipton's penalised. Confirmation for you. Tyler Roberts off. Hopefully just a precaution. Wolves do have Lee Harkin amongst the substitutes. Could call on if needed. There's an extra attacking option. But Whistle has played in that type of role before this year. Marquez being penalised. The challenge on Jaden Forrester. Cottrell and Jones, and the two stood over the ball. Everybody back defending here for Wolves. Two-man wall trying to block the route. Burt Whistle just going over towards the to the benches on the far side. Maybe to some medical help, but in the meantime, Wolves defending this with 10. Jones whips in. Header away by Tipton. Hodnett penalised for an arm in there. Burt Whistle might have had a bit of a whack in the face that's drew a bit of blood. He is changing his shirt on the far side. Might just be able to see in the background of your picture. Referee wants to have a word here with Marquez and Tipton. Thomas Kirk, not one to be questioned. But we're still waiting to come back on. He will rejoin the action here and allowed to go straight into that challenge. Jones, intercepted by Candola. Jones' attempted cross. There's a bit of an edge to this now. It's a good test. The youngsters from Wolves are scrapping away. Griffiths for Candola. Still plenty of time left in the game. Wolves having already battled back from 2-0 down. Tipton's ball. They're away by Stafford. Abdullahi. Closed in by Tipton. Who more regularly plays as part of the back three, but in his under-18s career has played quite often in central midfield. Was maybe overplaying a touch. Kito Diyawa just about making amends. Hubner finding Griffiths. Griffiths again. Now for Marquez. Hubner. Wolves turn to dictate the play. It's much more Swansea in the first half. This is Rio Campbell. Thomas. Support from Cottrell. Rashesha. Abdullahi. Jones, that'll be comfortably intercepted by Cantola, who read the situation. It's a neat pass out. Griffiths. Flag will stay down against Fraser. Hodnett's the only man waiting, but Quito Diar was arriving as well. Oh, and it was a good ball in by Nathan Fraser. I don't think Aaron Quito Diar expected it to reach him. And it's his final contribution for Nathan Fraser, who will be replaced by Lee Harkin. What a good game he's had. Hopefully we'll still get credited with that second goal. His first at under 23 level. "16 years of age, put in a good showing. Now a very different type of forward in Lee Harkin. Had a good game down at Swansea a couple of weeks ago. Griffiths, he was looking for the run of Hodnett. Just too much on that pass. But it's still there for either side. Try and win this. It's been a little bit more Wolves second period. Introduction of a couple more senior players. So not necessarily in age, but certainly in terms of their under 23 experience. Tipton, Lembakisa, and now Harkin. They will be mainstays of the group moving forwards for the rest of the season. See the difference in physicality for someone like Ollie Tipton, who's been around it, been around the first team setup a lot more than some others. Candola's ball, it's got caught in the wind. This is Campbell. Cottrell looking for Thomas. Good pressure being applied by Burtwhistle. Whittaker felt the challenge of Candola. Will settle for the free kick. Swansea trying to get on with things. Abdullahi. Good pressure again, and it's Griffiths who comes away with it. Tall, elegant player, Harvey Griffiths. Arrived from Man City in August. Abdullahi forced all the way backwards to Rashesha. Whittaker's run. Tipton had time. Harkin thought it was going longer than it was. Good sliding challenge by Hubner. Has scored on this pitch just in Hubner before. A lovely little flicked finish as the under-18s were beaten by Norwich in the FA Youth Cup a while back. Wolves used to play here regularly, pre-COVID, pre-pandemic. Back when games were scheduled to be at Telford's New Bucks Head ground. Now, of course, play at Agborough, the home of Kidderminster Harriers, though there's a pretty big game being played there in the FA Cup this weekend, hence why we're here. That's a good ball through, and it's Forrester. Good save by Palmy Aaron Bjornsson. Came to his team's rescue. Danger not fully cleared. It will be now by Christian Marquez. Interception by Tipton. Just a sign there for Wolves. Swansea still very much capable. And how Jaden Forrester would have liked to have scored against his former team. Hubner looking for the run of Harkin. Gets support from Aaron Kito Diyawa. Well found to Griffiths. Tipton for Cam Candola. Good interplay. Lovely football. Great ball in. It just needed the finishing touch. Wonderful stuff. Really well worked, intricate football from Wolves. It just needed Lee Harkin to make the sweet connection. Would have been right up there amongst their goals of the season. The concern for the minute is for Cam Candola, just out of your picture. There he's just down getting a bit of treatment. Might well be a touch of cramp. Not had a huge amount of minutes. He's had some injury concerns this season as well. Cam Candola, who was in and around the under-23s picture at the start of the campaign. He was an unused sub in a couple of matches at Burnley, at home to Fulham. And then hasn't been involved since. To get himself a professional contract. The Wolves have looked to reward those who've come through the scholarship programme. Started at the club at under-9s, Cam Candola. Just goes to show any youngsters who join the club at young age groups, see the likes of Candola and Nathan Fraser going all the way through. Still the biggest step left to make. He's back on and okay at the minute, it seems. Kito Diyawa, Tipton. And in Bjornsson. Good footwork by Griffiths. Strong challenge came in from Cottrell. Lembakisa trying to get Harkin in behind. Rashesha is quick though. Jones infield to Abdullahi. Campbell. This is Joe Thomas. Not a bad ball in. It's Forrester, what a chance, and he's fluffed it. Massive opportunity. Second in a matter of minutes, actually, for Jaden Forrester. Laid on a plate for him. Wolves just lost him. And they are incredibly fortunate to still be at 2-2. Forrester to Campbell, gets it back. Still might get another chance, and just about squeezed wide. Little deflection helped on its way past the post of Barmier and Bjornsson. Swansea maybe having feel like they've weathered the storm. Saved a bit in the tanks and now coming strong again. They'll try and keep this set piece alive through Scott Butler. Up against Lembakisa. Managed to get the cross in, but Griffiths read it. The clearance, and he goes as far as Whitaker, and Aaron Bjornsson for a moment looked like he gambled and taken a step too far. Burtwhistle was on the charge, ran into Rashesha. Campbell to Cottrell, to Whitaker, to Jones. There's a little bit more verve and speed about Swansea's play now. Tipton went in there and came away with the ball. Hodnett was rather hurried. Abdullahi, oh, good foot in by Candola. Read the situation well and timed it to perfection, and Burtwhistle has set off at speed, and Kato Diyawa was making the run and he couldn't quite pick him out. Now, Wolves' goalkeeper has a problem. They used all their subs and they didn't have a goalkeeper amongst them anyway. Say, Matt Murray is in the crowd and he is telling me that he's ready to go on if needed. Just as the weather begins to turn as well. I don't think he'll be getting the boots back on just yet, looking at this rain that's starting up. Say, grateful for the roof over our heads in the stand here. There is quite a lot watching, some fans, quite a lot of scouts. Our executive chairman Jeff Shee has been here watching as well. In fact, a number of the Wolves directors, including Scott Sellers, are here too. So just over 10 minutes, plus a good couple for stoppages. We've had a couple of injuries in the second period. Wolves were 2-0 down, remember. An own goal right at the end of the first half, and then potentially own goal, though we would like to see it credited to Nathan Fraser. Certainly we've given it to Fraser. His effort turned into his own net by Jack Stafford. That was early in the second half. Got Wolves back on level terms. Seen some good football from Wolves, especially this second period, though. They lost Tyler Roberts to injury. It was causing a lot of issues for the South Wales team. Ty Barnett went off at half-time. Nathan Fraser replaced by Lee Harkin, who was the man challenging there. Candola. Wolves maybe just tweaking their shape here. Burt Whistle has gone back to right wing back. The outside of Candola. Lembakisa. A bit more of a forward midfield role, though he's lost possession here. Abdullahi, Forrester. Forrester still can't find a way through. And for the fourth time in the game, Jaden Forrester goes close, but not close enough. It's one of those days for the Wolverhampton-born forward. It's meant we're still at 2-2. As the sun gets lower in the sky above us. The game is still there to be won for either team. Kito Diawa's ball. Harkin trying to challenge. Such a nuisance, Lee Harkin. Did really well to win it back. Tipton for Candola. Marquez reading it. Certainly see the last couple of outings for him. He was a little bit rusty, by his own admission, when he first came back in. Lembakisa towards the throw. Christian Marquez having not played for a couple of months. Touch rusty in the draw with Burnley. Looking much stronger now, as is Justin Hubner. Real strong run. Couldn't quite wrap his foot round it enough. Sealand's ball forwards. Swansea preparing a change. Forrester is offside. And it's Sam Leverett that will come on.
Substitution for Swansea City coming off number 10, Terrell Whitaker, replaced by number 14, Sam Leverett.
Lembakisa for Tipton. Hubner, Kito to Yawa. Hodnick, that was an attempted back heel that didn't quite work and he was offside anyway. Start of a busy couple of days. Matchday Live Extra with you tomorrow for Molineux for the FA Cup 4th round against Norwich. Andy Thompson and Lee Naylor will be alongside me. Matt Jarvis will join us pre-kickoff as well. And we are back to 45 minutes before kickoff, so join us from 2:15 on Wolves TV, Wolves YouTube channel, and you can watch via the official Wolves Twitter. And then we're back with the under-23s from Agborough on Monday night, a local derby against Blues. Marquez looks to have swapped with Candola. Here's Birtwistle looking up, waiting for options to arrive in the penalty area. Offside flag going up against Rio Campbell, and he's going to get a yellow card for kicking the ball away. So a draw would suit Wolves, would put them above West Ham by a point. With West Ham to play their final game in the group before Wolves will finish off against Exeter. West Ham will play Swansea next. Hodnett's ball, Harkin to chase. Great speed again from Harkin. It's not just the speed, it's the tenacity that he shows. Speaking of Blues on Monday night, it was Harkin's tenacity that drew 2 yellow cards inside 10 minutes. It sent Blues down to 10 men on that occasion at St Andrews earlier in the campaign. Strong challenge in from Hubner. Kito Diyawa is going to get himself a yellow card. .5 minutes being added on.
A minimum of 5 minutes added on to this second half. 5 minutes.
Still time for either side to win it. Candola. Harkin giving chase. Rashesa is there first. Griffiths still putting pressure on. Time for Palmy, Adam Bjornsson, Christian Marquez. Good ball. Here's Hodnett. Maybe a chance to win it. Hodnett, can he get some support? Oh, and a tired looking attempted back heel. Marquez is clearing header. Forwards by Leverett. Forrester. Ball is out of play, it's a Wolves throw. We have about 3 minutes remaining. Candola looking for Hodnett. And Bakisa for Marquez. This is Harkin. Griffiths still getting forwards. He's covered every blade of grass this afternoon. Hopefully now injury-free for the rest of the campaign, Harvey Griffiths. Starting to show just what attracted Wolves to bring him in from Man City, very highly thought of. But Whistle will get a yellow card. Tipped into Hubner. Hodnett can control. Butler. Campbell. They're taken away from him by Kito Diyawa. And Bakisa just getting it clear. Harkin again using that speed to make sure the ball was his. Goalkeeper taking control, Harry Seedon. we're going to get one last opportunity. Doesn't seem too like it, as the wind continues to pick up and batter two sides who've given it everything this afternoon. Might not be playing for too much in terms of progression in the group. Wolves already going through, Swansea already out. Playing for pride, playing for opportunities. Abdullahi had a good game for Swansea. Stafford. Inviting. Oh, it could have gone anywhere. It will be a corner. We may well just have enough time for it to be taken. Wolves bench are asking if time is up. Thomas Kirk looks like he wants this to be delivered. It'll be Jones to put it in. Inviting, and it's away by Lembakisa, and that's it. Wolves coming back from 2 goals down to draw 2-2 to maintain their impressive record in the Premier League Cup this season. They go top of the group thanks to an own goal and what hopefully will be credited to Nathan Fraser, having been 2 down early on in the game. The youthful Wolves side, 3 years younger on average age than their South Wales opponents, as we start to see the next crop of youngsters coming through, and they have battled back and earned themselves a point, which may well get themselves home advantage in the next stage of the contest. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Matchday Live Extra tomorrow from 2:15.